Hey, whack people. This is the OCT, Octavius Haye, and I want to thank you for tuning in to our page today. We greatly appreciate it. If you are listening to the podcast, you can also find it on Podbean. The link will be in the description. And if you listen to our music, you can also listen on SoundCloud and DatPiff. Both links will be in the description also. And as always, please remember to like the video, leave a comment, and to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification button so you're informed every time we drop new content. Now enjoy this whack wisdom. I am whacking off.
It's the WACCast podcast, yeah.
Talk whack to me, talk whack to me,
yeah.
Talk whack to me, talk whack to me.
It's the WACCast podcast, yeah.
Talk whack to me, talk whack to me,
yeah.
Talk whack to me, talk whack to me. Hello, everybody. Hey, man, thank you all for listening. I hope everything is amazing for you all today.
Yeah.
I am the Honorable OCT Octavius Haye, alongside with my co-host, the eccentric E-Rob.
What up, world?
And you are listening to the WACCast podcast. E, how you doing today, man?
It's another one, man. We got another one, man.
Okay, E-Rob Khaled, are you ready to talk whack today?
Let's talk whack to him.
Alright, man, well, let's get into it. First of all, we got to talk about an OG, triple OG, West Coast legend, Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
He's going through it right now.
Oh, man.
His estranged wife wants over $2 million. I think a month.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, God, how you feel about that, E?
Well, first I had to go look a little something, my man. They said that they got married in 1996. That's like right around that death row time.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff happened. And then I do some more stuff. Find out she's an attorney.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, wow. You need an attorney for your attorney?
Hey, be like that.
And all that prenup stuff. And maybe she helps you get in and get out of some situations. And now she just know everything.
They tag teaming.
Before them headphones. Before everybody had the Beats by Dre. You know? Now she wants some of that. Some of that piece of that.
So you think that she entitled to $2 million a month?
It's just on surface, no. But I just feel like it's some stuff that I don't know.
Yeah. So with that, you know, it's always based off of them maintaining their the lifestyle they had when they were married. That's why they try to make sure they get a nice amount. However, in the case with this, they saying Dre signed had a prenup, so it should already be a set established amount that she would be able to get there.
Yeah, man. And
right?
We want prenup, and then I don't want to see situations like this. But then this hits, and like, hey, she leave your ass, she won't leave with half.
You know what this shows? That you should just not get married in California. California is one of the strictest like things when it comes to divorce. They, first of all, if you don't have no prenup, your ass is definitely giving up half. So you should try to get married in a state that's more relaxed with that. If you don't want to have to risk, you know, you losing half of your money to somebody that didn't do half the work that got you that money.
Yeah, Dre's just I think he's just in a very sticky situation now.
He's definitely in a very sticky situation. I know he's fighting against it. One of the things that she stated she needed the money for was to make donations to people. Which I'm like, what the hell you need my money for that? Bitch, get a job. Go get you a job at the grocery store, and then you can donate that check to the people that you want to, whatever organization you want to donate to, whatever charity you want to donate to.
So I just think she's got knowledge of this law game. We talked on the other episode about how we don't always know how the inner things run on that, the language that they speak in. I think she knows what she's wanting, and she's about to get her piece of something.
We'll see, man. Dre is, I don't think he's gonna take this line down. Another thing she said she wants his money so that she doesn't have to depend on him to pay her bills because she's still staying in the house. And she said she doesn't have to depend on him to pay her bills. So her solution to that is to take the same money that he's paying the bills on to pay the bills. It's like when a kid wants something and you about to pay for it, and they're like, no, I want to pay for it. So you got to get a kid the money and pay. What the fuck?
Come on, man.
It's the same thing. It remind me of Lilo and Stitch. The movie when she was about to buy, they thought Stitch was a dog, and she was about to, and then the little girl was like, I want to do it. So she took the money back from the lady, gave it to her, and the girl gave her the money.
Dre pull through,
man.
bro. Like this, do what you must, man. She's asking for a lot, man. Wow.
Bitch, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym?
Man.
You wasn't with me in the gym?
Man.
Hey, she better been there mixing, mastering something on that documentary, nigga. What's going on? What you do? Did you do some background vocals on something? The hell? Gotta say, I mean, come on, tell me you did something. You wrote a
You've been there
line.
since 96. See, that's the thing. And maybe she was doing 96. That's 20 plus years. She might have had something going on. I don't know.
She sucked his dick and he busted in it. Okay?
Okay.
Sucked his dick and he busted it, and then she chilled at home while maids and servants and people took care of her kids. Not saying she didn't love her kids, but I'm just saying, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. I know you're not gonna say it, so I'm gonna just say this is bullshit. Of course, you want to make sure that somebody's doing good. You don't. If you've been together, you want to make sure that they're taken care of. She deserves something. $2 million a month. Kiss my black ass, bitch. You didn't come on, make a beat. Make a beat, bitch. Fuck.
You need to make Dre. I'm the beat by Dre.
He made the money, you spent the money. Now you want more money? Come on, bro. You should get like I feel like a one-time settlement and it be done. $2 million a month?
Yes.
That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous, man. Like I said, she didn't make those beats. She didn't do nothing. I think that people should be encouraged to get jobs and say, okay, we'll help you out for a certain amount of time, but now at a certain point, that's cut off. I know they have that where you have to pay your alimony, but you pay alimony too long. Like, motherfucker need to go ahead and it should be like 6 months at the most. They're like when you lose your job and you got to file for unemployment, you get 6 months and then you're done. That should be the same. You get 6 months, you get a certain budget depending on the percentage of what the person makes, and you got that for 6 months, and that's gonna last you until you can get on your feet. Fuck out of here with that shit. I do but wonder, you think that this is a lick for females where they can like, I'm gonna marry this nigga, be with him for a few years, and then I get a couple dollars, I get like some money.
Yeah, this just happens.
Yeah.
That's just the game. The part I gotta hate sometimes. Like, yeah, man. Careful who you want, man. Who you get entangled with. Like, you got the ring on. It's like, hey,
This guy,
she's
man.
entitled now, according to the law in the paper.
But what I'm about to say, it's funny though, when Mary J. Blige and her husband divorced and he was entitled to her money, all these women was talking a different story then. Oh, it was a different story then when it was the other way around.
Some double standards in this.
Always double standards when it comes to females, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They want you to hold the door open for them. They want you to pay for dinner. They want you to drive. They want you to do all this stuff. But then they wonder why it's a pay gap for men and women. I think the comedian Bill Burr,
Bill Burr.
yeah, the white dude, yeah. He said that you always wonder why you get paid more. It's because if we're on a boat and it's sinking, the women and the children go first. So because of that, the man's gonna get paid more than doing job. It's a trade-off. You get to live. You get the first one to be saved, so we get to make more. And you wanna switch? Oh man, but nah, yeah. Hopefully, just all jokes, y'all. Hopefully, they can work it out and be civil, because they were married for a long time.
Yeah.
And I don't like for anybody, any type of relationship. They were married for over 20 years, man. I don't like anything to end so bad. So hopefully they can, work that out. They got kids together. They had a life together, and there was genuine love there. Probably still is. So, like I said, hopefully that we get this handled without any messiness. But yeah, man. In other news, speaking of Dr. Dre, he is a great producer, has made classic albums, and another young brother has released another album, Big Sean.
Yeah.
His new album, I think it's called Detroit 2.
Detroit 2.
It's just dropped, and I listened to it, and Yeah, that nigga cold. That boy is cold, man. What you think of the album?
Yeah, the production wise, he had the features, and he's just showing his veteranship. Like, it's not his first one. You could tell he's going in there with a purpose. I know how to do these things, how this goes. Been in the game for a while, and yeah, you were in the game for a while. You should be showing your skills and your veteranship. I should feel that way listening to the music, and I do get that from him.
Nah, real talk, definitely showed off his skills. Another thing that I really liked about this album was he had been talking about going through depression and having to deal with that. And I think that we really kind of see what, I guess, if he was seeing a psychiatrist, we got to really experience a lot of what they were talking to him about, and a lot of what his depression was about. Pretty much all the people that are holding out hands, that need something from him, his relationship issues, his insecurities, his fears, and just a lot of different things. We really saw him really open up in a way I don't think that we've heard Big Sean do in a album before, and he did it just with superior lyrics. Just killed it every verse, every track.
Skits kind of help it flow too. Like, this is Detroit. This is other people come here and they tell their take on it, and I feel like that's something to be held up. Got reason to be proud of your rapper, Detroit.
No, most definitely. I really love the track when he got all the Detroit rappers on there for like 9 minutes and some change.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really hard record. He always been real pro Detroit, so it was good seeing all those talented dudes on there. I think Royce killed it. I think Eminem wanged it, which has been one of Eminem's things. Since he came back with that first "I'm Not Afraid," I think he kind of still been living on his old stuff. And he raps really fast, and he uses a lot of words really good, so it sounds like he really speaking those shit. But he kind of like, that's how Kendrick is to me too. Like, I feel like Kendrick he has a good ability at rapping, but he's not really saying nothing that's too crazy dope. Like, it's good.
Yeah, he definitely was on for just being controversial, knowing how to pull heartstrings at a time of Middle America.
Who, M?
M. Talking to him real quick.
Pronouns, pal.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. He was but overall, the album was really great. Just wanted to give a quick little review about that, because again, I really love the album. I'm gonna be bumping that. I just was listening to a lot of those bars. I'm like, man, this dude's really spitting his life right now.
Your favorite song? I really like the the one with the Post Malone. Not even a big Post Malone, hit, but his feature on that just went well.
That was dope.
Yeah.
I like the Diddy one a lot. I think that one, I gotta listen to it a couple more times, see which one was really my favorite. But I like the stuff with Diddy. I thought that was really cool. But yeah, overall, it's really good, man.
Yeah, I think the replay value is up. It's worth another listen, a few listens. And,
most definitely.
Yeah. Big up Sean.
Big up Sean, man. And you know what? How I've been listening to it. I got my Spotify subscription, so I've listened to Big Sean on Spotify. I think they said he's projected to do 125K, and majority of sales these days go from streams. Mm-hmm. Spotify being, I think, it's not the biggest, one of the biggest streaming sites for music, and not only music but podcasts as well.
Yeah.
And one of their biggest podcasts that came about 2 years ago was from Joe. It was the Joe Budden podcast. It is the Joe Budden podcast. It's still on there for another few weeks. It's going to be taken off sometime before September ends. And Joe Budden and Spotify got beef. E, what you think about it?
Pay me like you pay my money, right? I'm that guy. I got the top podcast. I want to be paid accordingly. I couldn't even. Yeah, I was right on board with him asking, saying y'all got something's got to change,
I feel you. I really liked it because it due to this contract, the renegotiation dispute that they have with each other, it had made Joe talking. I listened to Joe Budden's podcast, so I've heard a lot of these points before, but I think because of the attack on Spotify, it became more mainstream, or more people had access to what he was saying, because like radio stations and everybody's talking about it. Ownership. Mm. Joe talks a lot about ownership on his podcast, and him going at Spotify was no different. He again talking about ownership. One person who has ownership, that even though I don't like his movies, is now a billionaire, is Tyler Perry. Mm-hmm. And a big part of it because he owns his own stuff.
Yep.
So he does distribution deals. So anything that happens with that, anytime that's on television, that's his money.
Well, a lot of it, I think it also, his thing was, they don't know what to do with this yet. It is like a new outlet, and people are just now getting on board. So I do feel like they were testing the waters with them a little bit. So, but at the same time, I am who I am now. You see what this is now.
Yeah.
Give me my shit.
Yeah, Joe Budden is.
Or I'm out.
Joe Budden is constantly in the news with his podcast. His podcast has become such a big part of the culture. Even if you don't listen to his podcast, you're going to figure out some stuff he said because news sites are going to talk about it. It's going to be top headlines. He's very outspoken, and he gets a lot of hate and he gets a lot of reaction. Another one of the things he was talking about is knowing your worth and and feeling appreciated. And when you do big business, when you create something, when you are the one behind it, we as a people tend to want to give that away. We do that with hip hop, we do that with movies, and so now we're seeing this black excellent ownership come, but there's still a lot of people in that mindset of being workers for people. And I really think that that's a slave mentality, man. I think Charlemagne being so quick to be like, well, you need to negotiate better and and not realizing that this man is a brand, he's his own thing, and if he sees his worth is not being there, then he needs to go somewhere else. And he's not making any excuse about it. Joe Budden's not, unlike Monique was when she was saying she wasn't being appreciated.
Yeah, I think we gotta definitely get the mind to expansion, like to a space where we can be more expansive. That's the generational wealth that I hear a lot of people going for, a lot of our people going for, and think that's where it starts, man. Realizing we gotta have our own, not having to depend on the next name, be it Spotify or whatever engine's running. This is our stuff. So when we can hold it like that, you can run that years and years on.
Nah, real talk, and that's what he's talking about. He's trying to build that wealth, the ownership. Well, that name, you look at Eazy-E's daughter, who's a rapper who can't even sample his music. And that's her father, and he wants to be. That's the thing Joe Budden's talking about. But he doesn't want that to happen. He wants to have ownership and stake and control over what he's doing, so that his kids can prosper from it and do whatever they wish to do from there. So I think a lot of times people don't understand that, and when you have somebody who knows their worth and who stands up for what they believe in and doesn't just accept whatever the norm is, they're called crazy, or they're being told they're difficult to work with.
Color inside the lines type shit. Thinking too heavy, it's too much. We gotta get out of that one way or another, man. If we want to get this generational and that kind of mind, we gotta let go of some of these older ideals, man.
Nah, real talk.
Thinking bigger.
So what is the stream, E? How does it work? Who decides how many times you gotta listen to something before it counts as one stream? Who decides how much you get from that stream? What's this? What's up with that?
That is the way. I guess is it all data? Is it all just a percentage or cut now? And
we don't know because no one tells us. Spotify, Apple, Tidal, nobody in Netflix, nobody that streams tells you how they determine the value of a stream. They just tell you we're gonna give you this much for this and you take it. Wow. Doesn't that sound crazy?
Wow.
Don't have any information like to the public. You got to be in the offices. Like Joe Budden was talking about, he had to go within the offices to get that information.
Yeah, there needs to be something that checks that. What checks that? Something needs to be in place to check that. We need to see something. You need to help us out, because I feel like we are getting robbed. I feel like the amount of you got what was it, like over some thousands of streams to get one, thousands of plays to get one stream, and then you getting a couple dollars from that. Like, come on, bro. If I listen to somebody's song 800 times, they're only getting a couple dollars for that. If that, depending, I don't know. It's crazy, man. So it's definitely something you gotta look into. Yeah. Especially as this podcast and stuff, and even with music, it's already taken over everything with podcasts and music as it gets bigger and bigger, and less physical copies or less and less free sites are available to get this information or listen to these podcasts, and it becomes all about now you have to pay these large streaming services to listen to this stuff. The creators have to start
asking these questions, getting that information, and getting that out to the public.
Yeah, it's our job as duty as creators to stand on that.
Most definitely, man. Now, do you think that there's a smear campaign going against Joe Budden? They just said the man likes to jack off his dog, and they keep talking. All these women come out the woodwork saying he beat their ass after he's preaching black ownership, black excellence.
Oh man,
what's going on, man?
Does it just happen when you get to the spotlight and then just the allegations just come out?
If you're not a good nigger.
Hey, Joe, I don't know what they did, bruh, but I saw you got memed up with the dog, and now I'm hearing some weird things.
Look, man, if your dog got sexual frustration, is it not a courtesy to help that dog bust that nut?
Oh man.
If you can't get a bitch for him, man, it's hurt, man. You his owner. You gotta take care of him. If he hungry, don't you feed him?
Oh,
you thirsty, don't you give him water?
I gotta let you handle these dog questions.
If he got a shit, don't you let him out? This man got blue balls. Just drink it.
Oh man,
just drink it. Nah.
You got the domestication, man. That dog needs you, I guess, bro. You gotta be there for him, man.
No, I'm just saying.
The deeper you dive into this, now it's getting. Now that's what the dog needs. That's what the dog needs, bro.
Nah, man, the dog needs a bitch. If you don't go find a dog, what the fuck is you jacking this goddamn thing? You psychopath. I swear, I hope you didn't do this stuff. Joe, you the devil.
Say it ain't so, Joe. Say it ain't so.
For real, Joe. This is getting really ridiculous, Joe. I'm a dog lover too, man. But goddamn it, man, I gotta live it. You ejaculating dogs, Joe? You my guy, Joe. You know I love you. I used to defend you at the lunch table, man. But come on, Joe. You ejaculating dogs? I hope not, man. You know, bringing a brother down, and Joe is definitely fighting for black causes, you know, and black appreciation. Another person as a black man who feels he doesn't get appreciated by his community is, you know, 6 guy Drizzy Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So Drake, you know, he's talked about this before. I thought this was a good thing to discuss. He feels like his accomplishments aren't appreciated in the black community. It's never that, oh, it's a black man doing this. He feels like people just completely look over the fact that he's a black man accomplishing all these great things. My take on it is you speak on no black issues. You do your best to stay neutral on everything. And so, yeah, we kind of just don't think about you in that way because you don't think about us. At least it looks like in that way.
Yeah, I agree to that. I mean, you wear J's. What does it take to really? You want that? You have to have like you have to give something to it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you're giving us content and music, but I think it goes deeper than that. We got to see some of this action, like community work, and maybe the issues there in Canada aren't necessarily what it is here, and like I think that's part of this too.
He said he never experienced racism before. A lot of people got mad about that. So it's like kind of like we don't relate to you, and you are kind of. I mean, Drake definitely lives the urban rapper lifestyle. He's definitely more in tune with his black side than his white side. But at the same time, you know, we don't hear nothing from you. You're not fighting. You're not putting power to the people. You try to keep a neutral ground because you want to appeal to as large an audience as possible. And that's fine. I don't have an issue with you if you want to do that. But they don't turn around at us. And Drake is my guy. He's one of my favorite rappers. But they don't turn around and be mad when you aren't put in that same light as other black performers are when they accomplish these great feats. You're kind of forgotten about.
And then even your label mates, like with Lil Wayne and stuff, he's kind of like, they not the most pro-black. Your whole clique you roll with, they're not the most activist type rappers like that.
Yeah, they're pretty stupid.
So I was like, that's why, man. You can be mad, but like, hey, kind of what it is.
Facts is fact. Do you think that if Drake was a dark-skinned man doing all the same stuff, that people wouldn't matter about him not speaking out on black issues?
I guess I just have that kind of leaf divide. Like, I don't see Tory. I don't see any of these guys that are on it like that. And maybe they shouldn't be. I think the struggle might just be a little different from Canada to here. Whatever that is. The issues be different.
I can't speak for Tory, but I can speak for Drake. Drake constantly repping Miami. He's constantly repping Houston. He's constantly repping Calabasas in California. So when you're gonna be in these places, I don't know too much about Florida's racial history. I know Florida's a very racist state. But I know Texas and California have a lot of racial history. So if you're gonna go be around these people and take their styles, then you have to be able to preach for them when wrongdoing is happening. And then not just that, but you everywhere. So if you want to come into the culture, then you have to be of the culture. I feel like.
Well, I did have one little random topic that's not so random, but they put Colin Kaepernick in Madden. You know, they won't let him in the league just yet, but they put him in the game and he scores a touchdown and throws up the Black Power fist. OCT. How you talk to me, man?
I can't give you that, E. I can't give you that. He's had tryouts. They have put tryouts out there for him, so it's not like they won't let him back in. If anything, I don't see why they wouldn't let him back in at this point. It's become such a big thing. If you put him back in the same thing we were saying with the XFL, if you put him back in the NFL, you guaranteed to sell out his merch. That's a lot of money you're gonna make for that team. Jerseys are getting sold. People are gonna watch the game. He's gonna stand for something, at least for that first season. And then if you want to drop him after that, drop him.
It makes political sense, but to me, it don't make football sense on every team.
He getting his check, man. I'm mad at him. He got his check. They using his likeness. He got his check.
Get the check, get the likeness. You know, he's in the game now.
Put the fist up, man.
Don't hate the player. You hear me? Don't hate the player. Right? He's in the game now.
That's true, man. He is in the game.
There you go.
So yeah, I definitely got no problem with that. I definitely got no issue with Cap. Cap, get your money, man. Do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Hey, man. You heard about Tory though?
What's up with Tory?
Apparently he texted Megan Thee Stallion to say he was sorry he was drunk.
Yeah. Blame it on the
I guess Jamie hit him up and she told him to use that excuse.
It's just a little late.
I mean, we don't know when it happened. We just hearing about it now, or I don't know. Maybe it did happen recently. But I mean, he should apologize. He should somebody. I feel like the least you can do is apologize. I ain't mad at him for it.
Yeah.
Of course, he used an excuse that I was drunk. Just apologize. Don't use the excuse, Tory.
It happened. Can't shoot people, like I said before, man.
Sure. Anyway, if y'all only knew what was happening when these cameras, when these microphones on. But alright, whatever, that's cool. But yeah, man. Yeah, man, I think that's the show though. You got anything else, E?
Nope.
Okay, then. Well, guess what? Well, next week we are going to be discussing the Nick Cannon Kanye West interview. It was in 2 parts, so we wanted to have both of them before we talk about it. That's going to be on next week's episode. A lot of good stuff to get in there. But as for today, that's our show. Thank you for taking in our whack wisdom again.
Thank you.
And we hope you return for next week. Get that information at whack wisdom again.
Come on.
You said you don't have anything else to say?
That's it, man.
So,
be good, world. Be good.
Definitely be good, you all. Appreciate you again for listening. This is the WACCast podcast, and we are whacking off.
It's the WACCast podcast. Yeah.
Talk whack to me. Talk whack to me.
Yeah.
Talk whack to me. Talk whack
It's
to me.
the WACCast podcast. Yeah.
Talk whack to me. Talk whack to me.
Yeah.
Talk whack to me. Talk whack to me.